Allison
Hey.
vlog, take two.
Yeah. I handed the phone to Jacob because I've been doing a lot today and yesterday. And so lots of things have been taking a lot more effort. So he's holding the phone now, but he accidentally stopped the recording, or I did. I don't know. Anyways, first off, happy birthday to this dude right here, because he turned 30 today. And he's never looked more handsome. Seriously, love him very much. He's been taking super good care of me, you guys. Which is not easy because, first of all, I'm kind of high maintenance. And second of all, it's just a lot of work. I've never had surgery before, and yeah, when you come home from the hospital, you don't have all the nurses and all the machines beeping and monitoring you. It's just you and your support team at home, and he and mom have been really great, and Andrew's been really helpful watching the boys. But anyways, big news, I overdid it yesterday. So
Woo!
On that note, today has been mostly a rest day for me, which has been hard, but my body has basically forced me to take a chill pill because it just can't do a lot today because it's tired from me pushing myself yesterday. Which in my brain, I'm like, I didn't do very much, but I had kind of a laugh attack over something small because certain things I just find really funny.
Sorry.
And I was using Jacob's shoulders for support, and he started singing the conga song, and it cracked me up. One of my favorite things about him is that he's freaking hilarious. And I told it, like, I was crying. I was like, you have to leave the room. I can't hear you laugh. I can't watch you laugh. Like, stop making me laugh. It's so painful. And I kind of had a meltdown because I miss laughing really hard. I love laughing. I love making people laugh, and I haven't been able to for this whole week. And that is really hard for me. If you know me, I have so many comments that I haven't been able to say because I don't want to make people laugh and then start laughing myself. So I have to keep so many things inside.
One of my favorite things to do is make her laugh, so it's been rough.
Yeah, it's been really hard. Also, we haven't been able to snuggle at all.
Yeah, that's
or
dumb.
like really hug. I mean, you don't really think about those things before you have a major surgery, and it's been really hard.
We have to like stay separated at the hip and like lean in. Like I have to lean in to her since she can't lean over.
I can't lean over. I've tried. That's another thing. I've been trying to lean over. Like when you brush your teeth, you lean over slightly over the sink. I've been standing up and spitting into a cup instead of spitting into the sink because leaning over, you use your stomach muscles, and that hurts right now. It's just this little things that you don't really think about until you're actually doing them. And the toilets at the hospital are set a lot higher than the ones here at my house. And so that was kind of a learning curve. I'm getting really good at squatting. Like the slow yoga squat. Like I'm doing amazing at those. My legs and arms are going to be in really good shape. But I felt really frustrated and disappointed that I wasn't making progress as fast as I thought I should be or wanted to. And mom and Jacob were like, you're doing amazing, and what you just went through is a huge deal, and it's a huge trauma for your body to go through a surgery in general. But not only did you get your gallbladder removed and have a full gastric bypass, but it was an open surgery. Like, he cut through muscle and everything.
I told her she lost a knife fight.
And I did. But this whole process is going to change my life, and like that's my motivation for doing this. If I'm being brutally honest, if you had asked me on that first night, Allison, what do you say to people who are thinking about getting gastric bypass, getting the open surgery? Would you recommend this to them? I would say absolutely the F not, because I was in so much pain that first night. But literally every single day since then, I have felt better. I've been able to do more.
Exponential improvement every single day. She's doing amazing.
Also, that first night, I was it was my first experience coming off of anesthesia, and that was kind of miserable for me because I've never been under before, and I was under a lot longer than the average person is. Like, I took longer to wake up than the average person.
She does love sleep.
And yeah, I just really love sleep. So my subconscious was like, yes, finally, we're going to sleep forever. This feels amazing. But
Oh, you want me to take a nap? I can do that.
pretty much. So it was just, I had so many things that I wanted to vlog in the hospital, and I just didn't have the energy or the words to do. Because another thing is my mouth was really, really dry while I was in the hospital. And one thing I also love to do is talk and give lots of detail. And I cannot do that when my mouth is dry. And I was on literally the tiniest little cup of water a day. And it was really, really hard. So
She was getting lots of IV fluid, the good stuff too.
if you are like, why didn't you vlog so much in the hospital? That is why, is because I had lots of words in here that I wanted to say that I could not say because I didn't physically, I couldn't say everything I wanted to say.
Sorry, I'm balancing this.
It's okay.
While trying to lie in the bed. It's
Here.
not very effective. There we go.
Um,
Look how pretty she is.
Stuff. Yeah, little laughs like that are fine. They're not a big deal. It's just the
Like full
hearty
belly.
laugh. Yeah. Hurt like a mother trucker.
I have to be a lot more reserved around her right now, which is dumb. I don't like it.
Yeah. Another thing is, so it was his birthday today, so he got to pick what we had for dinner, and I'm still on the full liquid diet, so, and honestly, I'm taking a lot of medications right now. It feels like a ton of medications, but I was taking more before surgery. Right now, I'm only taking a few compared to what I was. But like I'm taking small little sips, and like I'm not hungry right now. I just know that I need to keep getting the fluids in my system and keep that going. But he asked for breakfast for dinner, and so Mom made French toast bake. You're hurting my wrist a little.
Sorry, you want to hold it again?
Yeah, I'll take it through. So Mom made French toast bake
It's delicious.
with like a strawberry compote on top and some bacon on the side, and it smelled really good, but I wasn't miserable around them while they were eating. But they always feel so bad eating around me right now that I'm like, you guys, it's fine. Like, this isn't a toxic relationship. You're all fine. It's cool.
Oh, you want a bite?
Yeah. Though I did have words for my brother when he suggested that tomorrow night for his birthday, he wanted to have chicken fettuccine alfredo, which is my favorite meal. And I was like, can you pick something else? So, yeah, he picked enchiladas instead, which is fine. Anyway, so I wasn't miserable. I'm not miserable when people eat around me. I think it would be harder if I felt like I had more room in my stomach, but I just don't. So I'm not miserable there. I don't feel, I mean, there's a little bit of a sense like I'm missing out, but it's not really bad. It's not at all like what I thought it would be. I literally can only handle so much. So
Yeah, she had a little bit of an incident with drinking a little too much at one time.
yeah, so this afternoon for dinner, so because today was a rest day, I found myself sleeping a lot more, trying to give my body that rest. Because I have to kind of manually tell my stomach to untense, to unclench itself, to relax, which is really hard to do sometimes. It doesn't naturally do it all the time, which you don't really think about when you don't have this surgery. Your body just does it naturally, but right now I have to do it manually. I have to think and concentrate and think relaxing thoughts and just breathe really carefully. And so because I was sleeping so much today and trying to relax and rest and give my body what it needs on that front, I kind of had to pack on some more protein at the end of today because my body also needs that. So I grabbed one of my drinkable Activia yogurts. And before surgery, I was just drinking those like they were nothing, right? Because they're really tiny. And I got through half of it, and my stomach was like, stop. Absolutely not.
We are
No
closed
more.
for business.
No. And I felt like it hurt. Like, as soon as it went down, like, I looked at my mom and Jacob, and I was like, mistakes were made. Like, I didn't feel nauseous, but I immediately knew I can't drink anymore. I have to stop. I had to set it down. And I was like, whoa, it was a huge wake up call to, like, I really, really need to pay attention to what I'm doing, because that literally was not a big deal 2 weeks ago for me to just take a drink off of that.
1 week ago.
Okay, yeah, a week ago. And I just took a gulp off of it. Gulping is not a thing anymore. Like, I have to sip stuff and set it down. And so to take that gulp was a huge mistake, and my stomach made sure that I knew about it. So that hurt kind of affected me. And I've been climbing the stairs too, so I was climbing the stairs a lot slower after dinner. And kind of my nightly routine right now went a lot slower. And it was kind of difficult tonight, but lesson learned. Don't push yourself, and really pay attention to what you're doing when it comes to.
And to end on a positive note, Allison's mom, Angel, and myself have been doing wound care and documenting all of her numbers and everything, and doing her medications. And this lady right here is extremely reliable as far as her numbers go. She's been really steady with her blood pressure. With
It's super consistent.
with her pulse, with her blood sugar, with her temperature. Everything is looking great. Her wound it looks like it's completely closed. And
That's the other thing. So I haven't really talked about that piece of it. So before the surgery, like, I've seen pictures of the staples, obviously, on an open gastric bypass, and it would kind of freak me out to look at it, and I was like, ew, that looks gross.
We're ending on a positive note, babe.
But it made me queasy to look at it, and now I'm like we kind of have a routine where Jacob will handle that.
Yeah.
So that I don't have to look, like, and my anxiety is less triggered every time I try to take a deep breath. And so, like, you get into a routine, you figure out how to make it work for you.
Yeah. And wound care and vitals takes probably about 30 minutes or more every single time right now. And
it's really important.
It is really important.
To keep track of all that stuff.
Like I said, Allison's been incredibly reliable and steady on her numbers. The wound itself is looking so much better than it did a few days ago when we first removed that bandage.
Which doesn't hurt. The first day I was so nervous for him to take that tape off from around the wound, and now I'm like, I breathe through it. It's not a big deal. And my skin doesn't handle tape super well. It doesn't really like adhesive. And he's so careful, and just go slow. Just really, it's not a race to the finish, honestly.
This is not a sprint, it's a marathon. You gotta.
Something really cool too is before this surgery, I was literally sweaty all the time. Like, I would just sweat because I was constantly hot. The house couldn't be cold enough. And since I've been out of surgery, like, it's cold. Everything is cold to me. Like, look at the outfit that I wore to surgery. Like, this tank top, and I wore some pajama pants that were really loose. They're like capris. I'm cold. Jacob will tell you right now he's warm.
I am warm.
He is warm right now.
About 67 degrees in the house right now, which is, if it was 67 degrees in the house a week ago, she would be rioting.
But I'm not sweating at all. There's nothing, like, I'm not even remotely warm.
So progress has been made.
Like, I'm super stoked because being sweaty all the time affected me so much. It was disgusting. It smelled really bad. I mean, I don't smell awesome because I can't shower right now because of my wound. But like that is a game changer for me to not be hot all the time. Um like I'll actually be able to wear long sleeves after this probably, and that's like a 5-year thing. I've been sweaty for 5 years
Straight.
straight. Yeah. But I can't believe it. Just like that one change after this surgery is huge for me. It's a big deal. And it's changing the household. Like even Jacob is like, he's always cold and shivering and shaking, and I'm like, can we turn the AC off? And that's not something you would ever hear me say.
And ironically, Allison got me a really, really cool sweatshirt for my birthday.
I did. I got him a Mandalorian sweatshirt.
Now the house is warmer, and I can't wear it as much as I would have before. But that's okay. We'll wait until winter time.
I know, I might actually be able to tolerate summer if the pollen and stuff goes away so I don't sneeze. I haven't sneezed yet since surgery. Knock on wood. Where is it? I really don't want to because I imagine that wouldn't be awesome. But anyways, so that's my update for today.
Yeah. And
I wanted to check in with you guys before I go to bed.
Encourage you if you're on this journey. It is a big commitment, and there's a lot of steps that are involved and a lot of recovery that's involved, but it's going to be worth it.
And remember your why too. Remember your motivation, because before my surgery, like when I was in the hospital, I was telling the nurses, this is going to change my life.
Yeah. We got 2 boys here.
That scar that I'm going to have down my stomach is a game changer for me. That's going to change my life. That's going to be the mark that I carry with me that reminds me how hard I worked to make this change and to get here. And
to be a healthier parent.
Yeah. And hang on to that. I mean, I just got my son, my oldest, who could eat Gushers all day long if I let him. I just got him to switch from the drinkable Danimals yogurts to having actual yogurts with a spoon. And that doesn't sound like a big deal, but it really is, because he has like 4 things that he likes to eat. And so him seeing me change how I eat is already affecting him. And it's affecting everyone in the house. Like,
we are totally changing our relationship with food.
It's this whole thing is a game changer, not just for me, but for my family, because of how I looked at food, and my whole day revolved around food. You know, I want to make this for dinner. I'm going to go out and buy these groceries so I can make this. And then the portion sizes were outrageous. Right now I'm like, you know, half a thing of Activia and my stomach's like, whoa, slow your roll.
One of the biggest dichotomies, or not dichotomy, one of the biggest changes that we're trying to implement in our family is, instead of saying we're going to have pasta with this, we're trying to instead
of having spaghetti and meatballs, we're going to have meatballs with pasta.
Yeah.
That's huge.
Yeah, the protein is the most important part of the meal, and that's just one of the things that we're trying to implement in our life to make it easier on us.
Yeah. Anyways, I will see you guys again tomorrow. I'm going to have to try to get Jacob to figure out how to upload these videos because I'm running out of space on my phone. And I'll have to start my own YouTube channel that follows the bariatric journey. And because I didn't see anybody else going over one that follows open gastric bypass. But anyways, we love you guys. And
I love her.
I love him, and happy birthday to him. Happy 30th. And we will see you tomorrow.
Maybe. We'll see.